Hello everyone, very good afternoon and a warm welcome. Hope you're all doing fine. Let me first thank you all for joining us on today's workshop. Thank you so much for spending your time and registering during your busy schedule because your participation means a lot to us here at Manage Engine. We, the AD Solutions team, hope to make sure that this session is going to be valuable and you will gain something out of it. My name is Annapurna and I'm a product architect at AD Manager Plus and I'm your presenter for the day. I hope my voice is audible and the screen is well and clear. If not, kindly let me know through the chat. So today's session, this is the fourth workshop of this series and we will be focusing on user account modification. And the topic for today is efficient management of Active Directory users, Office 365 licenses, and Exchange mailboxes from a unified console. Okay, so having said that, let me quickly give you a recap of what we have seen in the past 3 weeks. So in the first week, we have seen how you can perform a script-free Active Directory reporting and efficient access during using your group membership. You can provide efficient access for your user accounts, and also we have seen how you can perform file server permission management. So we have seen how do we perform management operations when you are about to get the reporting. And in second week, we have seen how you can perform a granular OU role-based AD delegation. Let's say you want to delegate certain tasks to your IT technician, so you can perform that using AD Manager Plus. And also we have seen how you can perform a ticket-based smart help desk workflow for your Active Directory operations. Let's say you want to set a standardized structure for your organization and hence you want to set a requester. Your HR can be a requester, your IT technician can be a requester. So you do not want them to perform the operation straight away in Active Directory. Instead, you can configure them as a requester, and then you as an administrator can review the request raised by them. So this was what we have seen in the second session of this series. And in last session, in the previous session, we have seen how you can perform access provisioning, user account provisioning, wherein you can set details for your Active Directory, for your Office 365, or if you have link setup configured and all that. So we have seen all these operations, how you can perform using a template and a CSV file in the last week. So in today's session, it'll be a continuation of what we have seen in the last session. So we will be seeing how you can perform efficient management of your Active Directory users, existing Active Directory user accounts. So having said that, let me quickly give you what the agenda for the day. So the first task for today is going to be this. Now say for example, a user account, you want to change an employee's user account from one department to another department. Say for example, one of your employee is going to change from finance department to sales department, or say finance department to HR department. So when such kind of change happens, so you need to be sure that his group membership is changed accordingly. So when he was in finance department, he would have access to certain crucial confidential data. So now he needs to be removed from that permission. So how do I automatically update group membership whenever the departments are changed? In other words, how do I update any attribute whenever any of the attribute for the user account is changed? So this is going to be the first topic for today. And after that, let's say for example, your organization merges with another organization and now you want to enforce uniform naming format across your organization. Say for example, you may enforce a naming format of a company name followed by underscore followed by the first initial of the first name followed by the last name. So you can customize the naming format for the user accounts in your organization. And the next topic is if you want to update the primary and secondary SMTP addresses, while merging domains, you can do that as well. So instead going into Active Directory, editing the user accounts one by one, or performing some partial scripts and with the use of a CSV file, he can just specify the primary and secondary SMTP addresses on screen in the console, and you can perform bulk management using AD Manager Plus. Now say for example, you decommission a file server. Now you want to move all the home folders present in that file server to another file server. So how do I perform such bulk operation using AD Manager Plus? And the next thing is, if you want to enable archive exchange mailboxes, or you want to create new mailbox for the existing user account, you can perform all that using AD Manager Plus. And now say for example, you have upgraded to the latest Exchange server, and now you want to migrate all the Exchange mailboxes to your latest one, and you can do that very easily. And now the last topic for today is going to be, how do I identify and free up the licenses of inactive Office 365 user accounts in order to perform an efficient license management. Okay, so having said that, let me take you to the application and let me show you how you can automatically update users attribute. Okay, so let me log into my AD Manager Plus application. So as you all know, whenever you log in, you will be welcomed with the product dashboard. So since today we are going to discuss about all management operations, so we will be dealing with AD Management tab. So in AD Management tab, go to User Management. The first thing we are going to do is to create a modification template. So in last week, we have seen how you can create a user creation template. And in today's session, I'm going to show you how you can create a user modification template. Okay, this is going to be the same step like you followed for user creation template. So go to AD Management tab, click User Management, and then choose User Modification Templates. So by default, AD Manager Plus provides you few templates, and if you want to create a new one, just click this Create New Template link that you can see in the right side of the screen. I'm going to create a new template. Let me name this template, say Finance Department template. So you can configure the basic attributes like you configured the attributes in your creation template. If you want to specify the logon name and all that, if you want to specify the office attribute or the container, you can specify all that. So now I'm going to set the modification rule, wherein I'm going to state whenever the department is changed to finance, I'm going to set some group membership. Just go to modification rules, and now I'm going to create a new rule. I'm going to add the condition. So whenever the department is changed to finance, I'm going to set the member of attribute, not just domain users. You can add several other groups. Let's say AA test group 0012 and hit OK. And if you want to set any other attributes, let's say I'm going to change the description to finance department, you can do that. And I'm going to set the manager account as well. So choose manager attribute over here and then click this pencil icon. So this will list all the user accounts from your domain. So you can choose the user account from here. Let's say I'm going to choose Ajax admin and hit OK. It had. So whenever the department is changed to finance, then these attributes will be set. Okay, let me save this template and let's see how it works. Go to AD Management tab. Now I'm going to edit a single user account. So choose Modify Single User under User Management tab. So click this Modify Single User link. Let's say, let me pick a random user account and click Modify User. So this will list all the properties. This will show you all the attribute values set for this particular user account in your Active Directory. As you can see here, the display name, description, the office address and all that. Now you can see that some random value is given for description. And let me go to Contact tab. And now I'm going to change the department. So before I do that, I'm going to choose my template, Finance Department template. Let me go to Contact tab and then choose the department as Finance. So once this department is chosen, as you can see here, the manager attribute is automatically set to the value that you have set under this template. Now when you change the attribute, let's say to human resource, this will be removed. So the rule will be applied here using this template. Okay, let me apply the rule. Let me choose department as finance. So now you can see the changes made over here. Now if you want to have a preview of all the changes that has been taken place, just click this button, preview. So this is where you can view what are all the changes to be made to this particular user account. So previously this was the member of attribute for this particular user account. Now since I changed the department to finance, I'm just going to provide the group membership with only these values. And also you can see that the description will be changed from this value to finance department, and also manager is set to Ajax admin. Now if you want to update these changes in your Active Directory, just hit this button, update users. So this is how you can automatically perform changes to the attributes for your user account by just simply specifying the modification rules. So creating the template is going to be a one-time process, and later on when you want to perform all these operations, you can simply choose your template and then update your user account. Okay, so having said that, let me move to the next task for today. How do I enforce uniform naming format in my organization? So we have seen how you can create a new naming format in AD Manager Plus. If you have not attended the previous session, let me quickly show you how you can create a new naming format. Just go to Admin tab, choose naming format. By default, AD Manager Plus provides you with several options for the naming format. And let's say if you want to create your own naming format, let's say add new format, click this link. I'm going to name this format for finance department, or if you want to specify your office name or your location name, you can specify that here. Okay, the first thing is I'm going to provide a custom text. Let's say finance. I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to provide underscore, and then followed by the first letter of the first name. So the first character with the given case of, let's say it's going to be in uppercase, and followed by the last name, all in lowercase, let's say. And now I'm going to hit save. Now if you want to add any other option for it, let's say trim unwanted spaces if there is any, or if you want to remove any specific character, you can do that as well here. I'm going to hit save. And now let me go to AD Management tab. So now I need to perform the name change for all of the user account in my Active Directory, or say some of my user account in my Active Directory. So in order to do that, just go to AD Management tab, choose User Management, and then choose Naming Attributes. Click this link. This will provide you the option to change the display name, the full name, the logon name, or the pre-Windows 2000, the SAM account name. Let's say I'm going to just change the display name. I'm going to choose my naming format, Finance Department. There are two ways with which you can select the user account. One is to import a CSV file, and the other is to search for your user account. Okay, let me search for my user account. You can even specify the value here, search the user account who has the name John, or you can even go ahead and give search and then choose your user account. Okay, let me provide my user account name. Let's say ADMP and hit search. So this will list all user account with this name, with this pattern ADMP, and now you can choose your user account. I'm going to choose this user account with the first name ADMP and the last name AD, and then hit apply. If you want to choose multiple user account, you can do that as well. Now I'm going to hit apply. So now you can see that the display name is changed to finance underscore the first letter of the first name in uppercase followed by the last name all in lowercase. So this is how you can change the naming format for all of your user accounts in your Active Directory present in your domain. Now moving to the next task for today, how do I update users' primary and secondary SMTP addresses while merging domains? Let me show you this SMTP address for one of my user account. Let me click modify single user and then choose my user account. So let me go to Exchange tab once this is loaded. So scroll down to additional email addresses. So as you can see here, this user account has only one value for SMTP addresses. Only primary SMTP address is specified here. So I'm going to change this name SMTP address for this user account. Okay. Let me go to AD Management tab, choose User Management, and then choose Modify SMTP Address under the Exchange task. Let me click Modify SMTP Address. And in here you can choose whether you're going to change this SMTP address for mailbox enabled user or mail enabled user. So my user account is going to be a mailbox enabled user account. Let me click this Add button. So when SMTP is all in uppercase, then this means that this is going to be the primary SMTP address. Okay. Let me name it with the first name. So why do I have to provide percentage given name percentage? So say for example, you're going to change the SMTP address for say multiple user accounts. In that case, you cannot provide the username's first name or the last name directly over here. Instead, we provide this naming pattern, this naming format, which will replace the first name for the user accounts respectively. Okay, I'm going to change the primary SMTP address to SMTP colon first name at workshop.com. And if you want to add more formats, just click this link, add more formats. And when SMTP all in lowercase, then this means that this is going to be the secondary SMTP address. Wherein I'm going to specify it as given name SN at workshop.com. Now I'm going to hit OK, and then you can choose your user accounts. Let me hit search, and now this will list all the user accounts over here, and then now I can choose my user account and hit apply. As you can see, the status here, it has been successfully modified. Let me go back and then verify whether this change has been made in my Active Directory. Click AD Management tab, click User Management, and then choose Modify Single User, wherein you can choose for your account. Click your account. This will display all the values for the attributes from your Active Directory. So in order to check for SMTP address, move to the Exchange tab, and then you can find the changes here. Now you can see that the primary address that was previously specified is being changed to secondary SMTP address, and then with that it has appended the values that you provided that you have provided. Okay, let me close this tab. Now let me move to the next task for today. How do I move users' home folders while decommissioning the file servers? Let's say you're going to decommission a file server. Now you want to move all this home folder to another location. So doing it manually will cause an hectic job. So I'm going to tell you the easy way with which you can move the home folders from one file server to another file server. Click AD Management tab, choose User Management, and in here I'm going to choose Move or Delete Home Folders. Just click this link. In here you can specify whether you're going to move the home folder or you're going to delete the home folder. Right now I'm going to move my home folder. Let me choose this option. And if you want to retain a copy in your original location, you can do that as well. And now I'm going to specify the share location where I want to move the home folder of my user account. Before that, let me just show you the home folder location of a particular user account. Let me go to AD Management tab, click Modify Single User, and then search for my user account. Browse to Account tab. So under Accounts tab, you can find the home folder. Right now you can see that this is present under Share under Home. So this is the home folder for your user account. Now I'm going to move this particular folder to another location. Okay, let me go to AD Management tab, choose Move or Delete Home Folders, choose Move Home Folder and specify your path. So this is where I'm going to move that particular home folder, and also I'm going to retain the original copy. And in here, so there are two ways with which you can specify the user account in here. Let me show you how you can import your CSV file. Open your notepad and then create a file with the extension .csv. So you need to specify a unique identifier in order to locate your user account. For user accounts, you specify SAM account name, which will be unique for every user account. So I've given this SAM account name as the header, and ADAMP is my user account name. And now I'm going to import my CSV file. Choose your CSV file. And hit go. Now choose your user account and then hit apply. So now you can see that this home folder will be moved to the location that you have specified. Let me go to AD Management tab and then verify whether the change has been done or not. Click Modify Single User, search for your user account, and now let me go to Account tab and then check the user account. Previously it was under Home. The home folder was under the home location. Now you can see that it has been moved to the location that I specified. Okay. So this is how you can move the home folders of a particular user account or for your n number of user accounts to a specific location. Now how do I enable Archive Exchange mailboxes for my Active Directory user accounts? Or how do I create mailboxes for existing Active Directory user accounts? Let me go to AD Management tab, choose User Management, and in here you can see an option Create or Archive User Mailbox under Exchange Task. Click this link, Create or Archive User Mailboxes. So in here you can specify the mail alias name, let's say first name plus last name, choose your Exchange server, choose your mailbox database, and if you want to create a new if you want to create the user mailbox, you can choose this option, or if you want to just enable the archive mailbox option, you can choose it over here. And search for your user account. If you have multiple domains configured, you can very well go ahead and choose your account, or if you want to be very specific for from where you want to search the user account, you can just go ahead and hit this add or use link. So when you hit this link, this will list organizational units and containers present in your domain. And if you want to be very specific with where you want to choose the user account, you can specify the organizational unit over here. Now let me search my user account with the name ADMP. And once it is done, you can always select your user account and then hit apply. Okay, so you can see the message over here, archiving is not enabled because the server that I chose over here is not Exchange 2010 or above. So this was 2008 or something, and hence this operation could not be performed. But if you have Exchange 2010 or above Exchange servers, then this archive user mailbox option is enabled. Okay, so now let me go to AD management tab. Now let's say that you want to perform a user deprovisioning task. So last week we have seen user provisioning task, and this week we're going to see how do I deprovision the user account. Let's say you want to remove or delete the user account who are inactive for 30 days or for 60 days. So you don't directly delete the user accounts in order to perform deprovisioning. But before that, you would remove their group membership, or you would move the user account to a different organizational unit, or you can make them disabled for some time. So this operation will be followed when you want to perform the provisioning operation. Let's say as a first step, I'm going to disable the user accounts. Just choose this option, enable or disable users, and then choose the option as disable, or if you want to set the account expiry date, you can do that as well. And now let me go ahead and search for my user account. Let me pick my user account in random and then hit apply. So now I successfully disabled these two particular user accounts. So the changes is being made in the active directory. Now if you want to perform any other operation right from here, or if you want to export this result in any of the format you want, CSV, PDF, XLS or HTML for your auditing purpose, you can do that as well. Now I'm going to move these two user accounts to the organizational unit disabled users. So I disabled these two user accounts. Now they are residing under Priya organizational unit, and now I'm going to move to another organizational unit. So how do I do that? Click more actions, choose the operation you want to perform, move users, and then hit go. Now click this plus icon so that you can choose the container in which you want to move the user accounts to. Let's say I'm going to move it to time change and then hit OK. And now I'm going to hit apply. So now these two user accounts have been moved from organizational unit Priya to time change. Now let's say that you want to remove the group attributes, remove the group membership for this user account, or you want to add a particular group to your user account. How do I perform that? Click this link, group attributes. So in here you can perform add to group, remove to group, or set the primary group simultaneously. Let me click this plus icon. So this will list all the groups present in your domain. Let me choose these two groups, AA test group 0012 and AA test group 002. Let me hit OK. And now if you want to clear all the group membership, you can choose this checkbox, or if you want to specify any particular group, then you can do that as well. Right now I'm going to clear all the group membership. If you want to set the primary group, you can do that as well. And now I'm going to search for my user account. Select your user account and then hit apply. So this is how you can change the group membership for your user account. So all the other groups have been cleared except domain users, so which is the primary group for this particular user account. And apart from that, these two groups have been added to this particular user account. Now let's say that you want to delete a particular user account. Just go to AD Management tab and then choose Delete Users option. Just click this link and then choose your user account. Let's say I'm going to choose ADMP Test 14 and then hit Apply. So you can define a delete policy based on which this operation will be performed. As you can see here, do you want to delete the selected users and their folder properties as defined in delete policy? Let me hit OK here and then show you what a delete policy is. So now this user account will be successfully deleted from your user account. Okay, there seems to be an error because a privilege has not been applied. Maybe this user account is protected from being accidentally deleted. But if it is not so, then this user account will be deleted from your Active Directory. Now let me show you what a delete policy is. Go to Admin tab, then choose Delete or Disable Policy. So whenever you perform delete operation or disable operation, and you can specify what needs to be done after that particular operation. So whenever a particular user account is disabled, you can choose whether the home folder should be moved or deleted, the remote terminal service home folder should be moved or deleted, and similarly roaming profiles should be deleted. And if you want to disable the mailbox or hide from Exchange address list or disable the link user, the Skype account, or if you want to move them to a particular container, you can specify all that in here in under disable policy. Let's say for example, I've chosen this move users to container and you have chosen a particular container over here. Let's say, let me create a new OU. Choose the root where you want to create a new organizational unit. Let's say disabled users. Hit create and hit OK. So whenever a user account is disabled, that particular user account will be automatically moved to this organizational unit disabled users. Alright, so whenever I delete any particular user account, you can even choose whether the home folders should be deleted or moved to a particular location. If you want to delete the roaming profiles, if you want to delete the user's mailboxes permanently, or if you want to run any custom script, or if you want to delete the Office 365 account or Google Apps account, you can do all that in here. Okay, just hit save to make changes. This could be done for domain specifically. So if you have any other domain configured, then for that domain you can configure the properties that you want to set for delete and disable. Okay. Now let me move to the next task for today. How do I migrate Exchange mailboxes in bulk? Okay. Let me go to AD Management tab. Now say for example you have migrated your Exchange server, say to Exchange 2016 from to Exchange 2010. Now if you want to migrate all the mailboxes from Exchange 2010 to Exchange 2016, then go to AD Management tab, click User Management, and then choose Migrate Mailbox under Exchange Task. Let me click Migrate Mailbox. And in here you can choose your target Exchange server. So you can pick your Exchange server to which you want to move the mailboxes to, and you can even choose the mailbox database to which you want to move your mailboxes to, and you can either import a CSV file or search for the user account. Let's say hit search, and once you're done, select your user account and then hit apply. So this will help you to migrate the Exchange mailboxes. So I can see a few people asking questions regarding this session. So I'll be replying to your question as soon as this session ends. So there will be a Q&A session at the end of this session. So I'll be answering you all for all your questions after the session is over. Okay. So let me get back to the next task for today. How do I identify and free up the licenses of inactive Office 365 users for maintaining efficient license management? Let me go to AD Management tab. So as a first step, I need to identify who are all the user accounts for which I need to remove the license for. For that, I need to get the report of the user accounts who are inactive for a specific number of days. Let me go to Active Directory Reports and then choose Office 365 Reports, and in here, as you can see, you can get the reports from your Office 365. So if you want to get all the Office 365 user accounts, or if you want to get the licensed users, or if you want to be specific with your group reports, so you can get all that. So if you want to just get the user accounts for whom Active Sync is enabled, or if you want to get the shared mailbox report from your Office 365, so you can get all that from this console, Office 365 reports. Right now, I need the detail of inactive user accounts. Let me click inactive users. And now I have an Office 365 account set up in my domain, and I'm going to get the inactive users for last 90 days. Or if you want to set a custom period, you can do that as well. Let me choose last 90 days and then hit generate. So this report will fetch all the user accounts who are inactive for last 90 days. So once this report is generated, as you all know, you can export this report. So you can export this report in the format of a CSV file. Okay, so as you can see here, there are no number of users who are inactive for past few days. So let's say if you have any user accounts who are inactive for last 90 days, that report will be generated here and you can export that report in the format you want. So export it with CSV file and then go to AD Management tab, and in here you can choose Office 365 Management, and as you can see you can perform a lot more options, a lot more operations with Office 365 Management tab. With the recent releases, this tab Office 365 Management has been enhanced to meet your requirements. So you can assign or remove licenses, you can create Office 365 accounts for existing Active Directory users. Say for example you do not have directory sync, you can just go ahead and create the Office 365 accounts for your existing Active Directory users. And if you want to disable or delete your remote mailbox, or if you want to modify a single group or perform any mailbox management operation, you can always go ahead and choose Office 365 Management tab and perform your operations. Now I'm going to assign, or I'm going to remove the license for my inactive user accounts. Let me choose this tab, Assign or Remove Licenses. Okay, let me hit refresh. So this will give you all the user accounts present in this particular account. So if you have your CSV file, so previously with inactive users report, you can export the report with this .csv extension. You can straight away go ahead and import the CSV file, or you can even choose the user account from here. If you want to configure what operation to be performed, select the option, let's say remove selected licenses, and then let's say I'm going to remove this particular license and change the user location as well. Let's say Jordan, choose your user account and then hit apply. So this will modify, this will remove the selected license from this user account. Okay, and also you can see the licenses applied on this user account over here. So this is how you can efficiently manage your licenses in your Office 365 environment. Okay, so let me go back to AD Management tab, and this is not just what AD Manager Plus offers for you. And if you want to perform any other operation apart from the user console, now let's say I have deleted the user account by mistake. Now is there any way I can restore it back? Yes, of course. You can see this option over here, restore deleted users. Just click this link, but be sure that your domain, your Exchange server is 2008 R2 and above, because recycle bin feature enabling restoring the user account objects or any objects from your recycle bin. In order to get all the attributes, you have to make sure that your server is Exchange 2008 R2 and above. So if you have that, then recycle bin feature is enabled in your Exchange server, in your domain controller, and then you can restore your user account. Let's say, for example, this user account was deleted. You can always go ahead and search for it and then choose that particular user account and then hit apply, so that this particular deleted user account will be restored back in your Active Directory domain. Okay. And also, if you want to perform any other operation on any other objects, let's say create a single computer or perform bulk operations on your computer object, bulk operations on your group management, or if you want to create a dynamic distribution group, you can perform all that under AD Management tab. And if you want to perform any file server management or perform any OU related management operations, you can do that as well. And if you want to delegate any role for your user account, you can always go to Security Management tab. If you want to search for any particular permission or search for any particular Active Directory object, you can do that as well. And if you want to delegate any security role, let's say apply reset password permission for user account in your Active Directory, or provide delete subtree option for user account in your Active Directory, you can always do that with the help of the Security Management tab. Okay, so having said that, coming to the end of the session, I'm going to give you a recap of what we have seen today. So we have seen how you can automatically update users' group membership whenever the department is changed. Not only just group membership, you can even perform updating any other attribute whenever a particular attribute is changed. And if you want to change the naming format or the SMTP address, you can always go to AD Management tab, User Management, and then perform the bulk user operation. And if you want to move the home folder, you can do that as well. And if you want to archive or migrate or create Exchange mailboxes for your existing Active Directory user accounts, you can always perform that. And most importantly, you can efficiently manage the licenses for your Office 365 environment. So this is all for today. So we have come to the end of the session. If you have any queries, kindly put us through the chat window. I'll be replying to you as soon as possible. Or if you have any other queries, kindly contact us at support@admanagerplus.com. If you want to have a personalized demo, or if you have any queries, kindly mail us at support@admanagerplus.com. So for the next session, which will happen 17th May, the same time, 2 p.m. BST, so we will be seeing how do I automate certain critical Active Directory tasks. Let's say you want to perform the deprovisioning operations. Now a user account is inactive for last 30 days and you want to disable that user account first. And after 7 days, if the user and after 7 days you want to remove the group membership and move it to another organizational unit, and after 7 days you want to perform the delete operation. So instead you go and do it manually, either using AD Manager Plus or using Active Directory straight away. You can configure an automation task that will perform these operations for you. Disable the user account after 7 days, move the user account and remove the group membership, and after 7 days delete that user account. So in such a way, how do I automate certain critical Active Directory tasks? This is not just for deprovisioning. You can even perform group operations, or you can even perform provisioning operations as well. And also we will be discussing about the mobile apps supported by AD Manager Plus, iOS and Android apps, and some troubleshooting experiences that will be helpful for you. So these are the things that we will be looking in the next session. So I hope you all will be participating in the next session as well. So thank you so much for joining us today and have a great day.